Hello Warframe Syndicate fans. This is a video on how to mod Nova. I will be modding my Nova Prime. So you might have to add in some polarities with Forma that doesn't come on her. I'll be showing two different builds. I will be showing negative Nova, which helps with infestation because it speeds them up. So if you're like really farming infestation missions, and I don't know, some people just want them faster while still having them blow up when you hit them. So I use it a lot when credit farming. So here's her first one. This is just for regular Nova. So it does her prime. It will go off and it'll have all its power, strength, and all the range. So the enemies will move very slow. Basically, the higher the power strength with prime, it seems to be the slower the enemies will move. So we have energy siphon on her, which allows her to get her energy back fast. Well, get energy back. Coaction drift will help the energy come back faster. It gives more aura strength and more aura effectiveness. Now you get this from the Aroken tile set's puzzles on the moon. I added intensify, which gives more power strength, vitality because she doesn't have a lot of base health, and redirection because she doesn't have a lot of shields without it. She has enough base shields that makes redirection really worth using. A lot of frames I'll use steel fiber instead of redirection because the armor seems to help more than shields, but in this case her armor is so low that she benefits more from redirection than she would from steel fiber. Primed flow, you can substitute with regular flow, but if you can get your hands on a prime flow, it's really useful. It increases your pool of energy for all the frames you put it on. So I hold a ton of energy, and I think at max, not Sid's prime flow is max, I'm pretty sure, or it's one under max. He holds almost 800 energy with Nova, with it maxed. Prime continuity, it'll increase the duration that your prime goes out and flows across the field, as well as how long the enemies stay primed. Now, there's a little bit of arguing. Sometimes people say, oh well, they always stay primed, but I've noticed when I didn't have it on, the enemies did not stay as long. And it seems with this, more enemies can get primed because with that stress, more range. So it's like, it seems more enemies get affected. I don't know how to explain it. When I wasn't running these two together, it didn't seem to be as good. So this is how I modded. It works for me. So antimatter absorb, really this is just a blank spot right here. You can put whatever you want. I like antimatter drop. The ability, when I was going after the Rift mod, the first time it came to consoles, we had to do an interception of like super strong enemies, and I had just started playing Warframe a couple months prior. So it was kind of a little difficult actually, because they were like level 150 or something, I don't remember, to 200. So I would drop the antimatter drop with the absorb on there, and when they would shoot me or shoot at my friends, because you know one was running a Valkyrie anyway, it would kill them because all their bullets are going into it at that high level, so it's making what they get hit with even stronger. You know, some people don't use it, some people use other ones, and that's fine too. I just chose to put this here. I see it get maxed out. This Nova build could use their Forma, maybe for that vitality would probably be where, you know, or redirection, where she'd most benefit from a polarity would be that D polarity slot. And finally, transient fortitude. It gives more power strength. Yes, it does get a power duration, but with this prime continuity, you can kind of balance it out. So see, she still has 130% duration, so it's not going in the negative. So I will show you how this prime build works. Let's give Nova a giant Galatine because it's like twice her size, and it's funny to watch her use it. So let's go against some corrupted enemies. We'll choose some... No, not Eximus. I do not like the Eximus because they start stealing my energy. So for demonstration purposes, it makes it a little difficult in my opinion. Let's go with... Oh, I'm missing some things. Some Moa. And some Ancients. And whatever these guys. Alright, let's do them at level... Let's go to 50. Now it could go higher, but just for showing y'all, I don't want to make an idiot of myself by getting shredded by these enemies. So they will be moving slower, so I guess it would have been fine to go higher, but you know. Alright. I'm gonna prime. And now they move slower. And when I hit them, they explode, which can go to other enemies. That whole group exploded. Just occurred to me, I've been doing this whole ability on her prime and not showing y'all her other abilities. So here's the antimatter drop. And see, it didn't really do anything because nobody's shooting. But it really helps when they're shooting. So I will spawn in just some I don't think this door works in here. It should though. Wormhole. Oh, now it works. Now it works when I'm not being shot at. I must have placed it really bad. But before Parkour 2.0, this ability was very useful for getting up to high locations to check for sabotage the little hidden things. The little hidden lockers, whose name I totally forget. It was really useful for that. And some people just like to, when you're at the end of the mission, they just like to stand at the front of the room at the void that's the exit room and do this and get straight to the end. Or some people like to troll people with it and throw it in front of them. This also has a mod that will change how it functions, but I don't have it, so I'm not quite sure how it changes it. Her first ability is Null Star, which puts these little comet looking things around her. This also has an augment ability, but once again I don't have this one. Let's try this antimatter drop again. Yeah, see, I can't get him to shoot it really well. But in that one mission, it really was helping. It also gives them a radiation proc, which can be helpful, because then they start shooting each other instead of the Nova, so, or your buddies. Okay. So let's show the negative Nova build. And I'll show her abilities really quick. Yeah, Null Star antimatter particles that target Nova and seek nearby enemies. They just do a little bit of damage, not much. Antimatter drop launches a contained particle of antimatter that will detonate upon collision, increase deadliness when targeted by weapons. And the wormhole, I already explained that. Molecular prime. It primes all the enemies. That's basically her best ability. That's what everybody uses her for. So her second build is called Negative Nova, is what people generally call it. Yes, I know, I have it kind of derpily modded with that negative capacity on that redirection. You know, instead of putting on Rage, you could put Well, really, there's no other Y there. So, really, this rage is totally optional, but I find it helpful. So, once again, we have the energy siphon, which gives her energy per second, and coaction gives her more energy per second and makes it go up it goes faster. Continuity for the duration of the prime. Vitality for her to have some help. Overextended. This is the mod that makes the negative nova. It decreases her power strength. So see where it's at 40%. So that makes the enemies move faster. So when really farming survivals, you know, some OP players want to go in there and just like make them all come faster at them and just slap them around, which is fun. It's fun. So it's kind of, this is more of a play build, but a lot of people use it for farming. The flow, once again, more energy. This redirection I just stuck there because I want her to have a little bit of shield than she normally does. I don't get much with this having no ranks. I didn't know what to stick in this other Y, so I just kind of stuck this here. Other people may build it different ways. This is how I just personally did it for my play. I want this more range still. So like she's gonna have a ridiculous amount of range with this. When I do the missions on series, I think it is, it basically covers the whole map with this much range. Streamline gives her more efficiency. Yeah, that is not on this build, so instead of Animatter Absorb, if you want to add another polarity for this redirection or vitality, you could add in Streamline, which is what I will do instead of Animatter Drop. Because, I mean, the Animatter Absorb, it's just, sometimes it's useful, but more often than I want that Streamline on there. And I added this Rage. Now what happens with is when she gets hurt to her, takes damage to her health, it gives her more energy. Which can happen when these enemies are sped up. It can happen kind of often. So to combat her getting hurt on my carrier, I have Mediray, which is a mod that drops from Keela the Thame, the new Keela the Thame, not the old one. So that has the Sentinel heal you. So that's pretty handy. So I will show you this negative Nova build. It's mostly used with infested units. So let's go over to the infestation. Let's do some chargers. And let's do some ancient. Well, I'll show you the ancient healers because they're pretty slow normally. So it'll show you how much they speed up. What else is usually coming at you? I know those leapers, but they tend to blow up, so that's not really helpful. Let's just do some... That's the one that blows up. I think they all kind of, some of them, a lot of them blow up. Whatever, just this guy, whatever. Now he throws out stuff. There we go. And one of these guys, because why not? Alright. So here they all are. They're at level 50. Let's get my energy. So, here we are going to do the molecular prime. And you see the enemies start running. And they still blow up, just as easy. Let's show you how fast these guys will speed up. See, now they come just running at you instead of having to wait forever. So that's where this helps me, Aroken Derelict missions. So, you know, sometimes it takes them forever on those defenses to come near you. And there you just saw Mediray go off. It was that green line coming from my Sentinel. Oh! There we go. So, that's how the negative Nova works. And it really does help a lot. And in case y'all were wondering why my Galaxy fast, I actually got my 200-day login reward recently, which is the Primed Fury, and yeah, it's at rank 8. I could put it past rank 8, but in my opinion, then a lot of the weapons will go too fast, which you could just put regular Fury on some and not worry about it, but this I think is a good balance. My primed reach, however, is maxed out because, you know, giant sword needs more range. And Prime Pressure Point came out on PC 3 weeks ago. Well, 3 Barrow visits ago as of this Friday. So consoles should be expect this Friday. And this is now July. What month am I in? July 26th. So it'll be here this Friday. I'm super excited for that because that is going to be maxed out. Hopefully day 1, but probably not because I don't have the mini cores because of Prime Fury. But, you know, I'll get it there. But yeah, so this is my Nova. I will demonstrate that Null Star a bit. Let's go back to regular Nova because the power strength goes down with the Null Star, so it won't do as much damage when really, honestly, it doesn't do that much damage anyway, but for demonstration's sake. So you cast it and they'll shoot out at these little dudes, and oh, that one's doing a good bit of damage. Oh, and they're out. So there it goes. So it works with the Prime the best to help kill them. I wish I could have gotten y'all a better example of the antimatter drop working, but in here I just can't get it to go off, but it was going off in that mission. My glory days. But yeah, so that's my video on Nova Prime. Thank you for watching. If I can get the wave to go off. Yeah. Alright, thank you.